Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I have with me today April Carr, and she is one of the newest artists in our Artist Spotlight program at the Paint Pour Academy. And I'm so grateful you can join me, April. Thank you so much. I
Thank
have,
you. I'm super happy to
I
be
have
here.
I loved all your art and I loved hearing your story and I loved how you're at Michael's. I mean that I met Michael's too, but you were actually in the stores doing things. So that's great.
Yeah. That's exciting. It was a surprise.
And they contacted you for that, right?
They did. Yeah.
And then did they let you sell your art in there?
Yeah. So basically, because my shop is through Michael's, they invite different makers on their site to come in and sell their stuff in the store to promote their online platform. So
Exactly. And what have the responses been with people seeing your art? Is it have you had any weird responses other than like, oh, this is great, I like it.
no, I mean, most people like it, but you're in a store like Michael's and it's people are going in there to make their own things, right?
Right,
So a
right.
lot of the things I got were, well, how do you make that? What do you use?
What I
And
um,
right, exactly. And it's like, can you tell me how you mix the paint? Can you tell me how you do this? But there's not a lot of people that come in looking to buy it because they want to
right,
make it.
right, exactly. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, what about that piece in the back, the blue one?
This one?
Yes. What technique?
Yeah. So that one actually, oh, let me pull it forward.
Yes.
This is a new one. I just did like last week.
Oh, nice.
And it's brush, using paddle brushes. So it's like if you've watched, Rinska Duna, am I saying her name right? Yes. It was
You
kind of
are.
inspired by her style.
I'm watching her
So
video.
yeah, I love her videos. So
Yeah.
I it was inspired by her style. I was like, I really want to try that. So I got myself some paddle brushes and some of the golden fluid acrylics, and I was like, let's see what we
Wow.
can do.
You did great. That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm debating on if I want to like fancy it up a little bit or not, but we'll
Maybe
see.
silver metallic, but I like blingy stuff, so that's
Yeah, it has silver. It's just hard to see it. Silver
ah
was one of the colors I used, and there's like little stripes of it, but I might just
beautiful.
go in and brush some more silver in there.
Oh, nice. Now,
Yeah.
what is your favorite paint pouring technique?
My favorite is definitely the Dutch pour. I do that the most. But I'm trying really hard to branch out to you know, try other things. Um, but yeah, that's my favorite. I don't know. I just love the way it looks when it comes out.
Oh, I do too. I think it's stunning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's the smallest size Dutch board you think you've done? Like what size canvas?
Smallest, I actually have it here. 6 by 6 is
Oh,
my smallest.
beautiful.
Isn't it cute?
Yes. Holy cow.
And that was like, oh, I have a little extra paint and I have a tiny little canvas. Let me see what I can do with it.
Cool. I've tried the smaller ones and
Yeah.
they don't turn out like that. Yours is beautiful. Mine turn out kind of angry and aggressive.
Well, we all have a style, right?
Right? Now how about the biggest Dutch pour canvas? What do you think that
The
would
biggest was 20 by 20 was my biggest. I haven't done anything bigger than a 20 by 20 yet. I'm saving that.
I think the bigger ones are I would think they'd be easier. They are with me, but at the
Yeah,
time you have to have the space to do it too. And
right.
that's always kind of one of the struggles with the artists is space.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, do you have a favorite color palette that you like to use? Like, do you find yourselves like blues? I see blues.
Yes, I gravitate to the blues and purples all the time. I've been very conscious to try to get away from them. It's super hard though. I did a earth tone Dutch pour recently that I really loved, and I was like, why don't I do this more? But the blues and purples, they catch your eye and they're beautiful together.
They really are. No, and you
Yeah.
do a good job with them. No, I have that same problem. And it's just, I do find that if I go outside my box, I am pleasantly surprised, but then it kind
Yeah.
of outside that box. It's like, come on. I keep forgetting.
We all want to do what we're comfortable with, you know? I'm comfortable with this, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Makes you happy, brings you joy.
Right. But then you don't grow. So,
You don't go and you're stuck. Exactly.
yeah.
I agree. So have you had any like happy little accidents when you're doing your art?
Definitely. I had one that I like scraped like 6 times last week, and it was, I was trying to do like a flower Dutch pour, and in the end, I just ended up taking all the scraped paints, mixing them all together, and used it as the base. And I was like, you know what? It's just going to be what it's going to be. And then the last attempt was gorgeous. Like, it was like, oh, okay.
There you go.
Just wanted me to get angry at it. But I feel like that happens more often than not, that the best things come out after a couple of attempts where you're like just frustrated and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it one more time.
Right.
And then it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that I do a lot of my art in groups of threes, the 3 smaller canvases. The first one, it's like, oh, what am I doing? And the last one, I'm like, oh, wow, how did I do that? That's great. Yeah, definitely multiple attempts. Yeah, and I like how you said you scrape into the to reuse it, because I've started to do that too. Because it's why you have all this wasted paint otherwise. So you may as well paste because it's still paint.
Yeah, I scrape it all into one container, and then whatever color it turns, it's like, I'll find a use for that color. Either it's going to be a flow extender or it's going to be a base for something, but you'll, still use it.
Still use it. Still paint. Beautiful. Yeah. Now, if you could give one piece of advice to future artists, what do you think it would be?
Let's see. I think, well, I don't really half the time feel like an artist. So, have faith in yourself.
Right.
And in the beginning, I watched way too many videos. People say there's no such thing as watching too many, but I think there is. Because then you get yourself all confused, or you look at it and go, oh, I'll never be able to do that. So why, all I can do is watch this because I can't do it.
Right.
So really, my advice would be, once you start watching them and you say to yourself, I really want to try this, stop watching the videos and try it. Otherwise, you just fall down the rabbit hole,
That's excellent advice. I started watching way too many too, and I had to push myself to take that jump. And that's scary jump, because you don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to make something bad, or I can't do this. But you just do it. Just do it. Fun.
That's it.
Yeah, a lot of it is just the joy of painting and the joy
absolutely
of something and separating from the world.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So do you have any projects you're working on now?
Not at the moment. At the moment, I am actually trying to figure out what pieces I'm going to be putting into 2 exhibits that are coming up.
Nice.
I was asked by the cultural district in my town. They have like a little art. What am I trying to say? It's like a gallery, like little art gallery for local artists. So they asked me to put up some work on their guest wall for July and August.
Wow.
I know. So, yeah, it's exciting. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put up.
Right.
Yeah, because I have hundreds. So it's like, well, maybe not hundreds, but a lot. And trying to decide which ones. I'm like, well, I want to put them all up.
I know. Right.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, is picking. What am I going to show? Oh,
right. And then my town hall has a guest wall as well, for local artists. And so I actually contacted the person in charge of that wall, and I was like, can I put a few pieces up? So I have to decide between the two which ones I'm putting where.
Oh yeah, no, that blue one needs to go somewhere. I'll tell you that because
I know. Well, that one, it still has like time before I can varnish it and stuff. So we'll see. It might go up. It might not.
Right. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining me with this little interview. And this is an interview that is in addition to the blog interview. If you go to paintpouring.com, artist.spotlight, you will see April Carr's pretty face. Just put your cursor on her forehead. You'll see her page. Learn a lot more about her. And her websites are listed. You have one at the michaelsmakers.com. That's where you sell your art. And then you have your Facebook and Instagram.
Yep. And I have a YouTube channel as well.
And a YouTube channel. And I will put your YouTube channel on my YouTube channel because there's a spot where I can like share channels on it. I've learned.
Awesome.
That was cool. So definitely like and follow April and help her support her. Her art's beautiful. And then you can also follow her on her journey too and see where she's headed. So Thank you so much, April. I really appreciate this. And for everyone else, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.